Hello everybody and welcome again to a new session of English language. Today we are dealing with a lesson breakdown of the section of the words, the vocabulary. I'm here, okay? Yes, I am here. That's Unit 1, the vocabulary part, the word family and the phrasal verbs. We read the text before. We are going to go through it and then we are going to explain what the meaning of word family and the phrasal verbs concerned to that text. The lesson will focus on exploring the career aspiration, decision making, and how personal traits influence career path. That's the aim or the objective of the whole unit. And we will read the title or we'll read the text, sorry. And then we are going to move into what? Into exploring the word families and the phrasal verbs. Word families, as we know, they are the parts of speech or the word classes like nouns, adjectives, adverbs, verbs, and so on. How to understand them and how to formulate them correctly, that's the topic. And section number 2, we are going to go or to deal with the phrasal verbs, okay, which is a phrase containing a verb, usually a verb with a preposition. The text, we read it before, future careers. We have paragraph number 1, which is talking about parents' influence in their children career path or choosing the career for them. And then paragraph number 2 will deal with the factors that they are important to make this selection, like the aptitude or the personality or the pros and cons or the strengths and weaknesses points. And then paragraph number 3, what's the idea or what's the opinion of the psychologists? What about the money, for example? What modern science say? And the last one, a conclusion. What will happen if we demotivate the students? We read this before and we analyzed it before and we extract the words, powerful words and powerful phrases before, and we made lots of exercises on them in the previous videos, and we made 2 worksheets. Now the session of today we are going to deal with the word families and the phrasal verbs. So let's start. After we read, we will ask students what are some of your career aspirations. We will ask them, do you think your career choices will be influenced by your parents and how? And then what factors do you think are important when choosing a career? We have to ask these questions just to break the ice towards the text itself. After we broke the ice with those comprehension questions, we will move into writing the theme or the key words or the key terms: aspiration, career choice, influence, and we will start asking students about the opinion or the personal stories related to them. After they read the text, we will listen to their questions, and then we will move to writing these words: vary, real, decide, accomplish, and guide. These words, by the way, they are mentioned here in that practice. Complete these sentences with the correct form of the words in brackets. First word, vary, real, decide, accomplish, guide. Students should know that if you will take this root word, if you will take this word and put it here, it is wrong because grammatically you didn't derive it. You have to know what's the word class should be put here. Is it a verb? Is it a noun? Is it a pronoun? Is it an adjective? Is it an adverb? How shall I know? I have to look at the whole sentence. Individuals have something. So this word is a part of the verb. And I have to add the past participle suffix, which is the ed to it. Okay? Individuals have something. I want to make it as a noun. Individuals have variety. Okay? Or have varying, if you wish to say, or you want to make it present participle, or if you want to make it like a noun. So individuals have varying dreams, or individuals have variety of dreams. It depends on the sentence itself. So individuals have varying dreams in their day-to-day existence. Number 2, everyone endeavors a great deal to make dreams a something. Reality. I have to put a noun. I have to add the ty into real. So it will become reality. Decide. Future plans and something in a plural with S have a great importance in person's life. Decide is the root word. I have to add suffix, which is letter or a group of letters, to be added into what? Into the root word to have a new word. So future plans and decisions. Decisions have great importance in person's life. They helped you here when they put the S to tell you that we need a noun. And by the way, all of them are nouns here. Gaining your boss confidence is really a great something. The word accomplish, the root word, I want to make it a noun. I will add E-M-E-N-T, accomplishment, accomplishment or achievement if you used to say. Guide. I went to a counselor for on my career. I want to make guide like A-N-C-E, guidance, guidance. Okay, allow me to open a new one with you. Okay, let's deal with that one. Let's move on. Now, why did I use those words exactly? Okay, individuals have varied dreams of variation of dreams or variety of dreams or varying. Explanation, the word vary is the verb and the adjective form is varied, which means different or diverse. The other one, real, I made it reality. The noun from real is reality, which is refers to state of being real or actual. The last or the third, decide. Future plans and decisions. I need the noun form of decide. I will add ION to make it a noun. Decision, which means a choice or a judgment. Gaining your boss confidence is really a great accomplishment. I need the noun from accomplish. I will add EMENT. Accomplishment. And the last one here, guidance. The noun form of guide is guidance, which means advice. Here I have to make it varying. Individuals have varying dreams. Okay? If you want to make it a noun, if you want to make it an adjective, have varied. Okay? If we want all of them to be nouns, we have to use varying, the gerund. Now the idea is, or what I want to say, we don't have a rule for making nouns. Using the suffixes has no rule. You have to memorize the word. So explain, explanation, vary, variation, or varying. Real, it's reality. Decide, it's decision. Guide, it is guidance. Accomplish, it is accomplishment. We have no rule. I want you just to memorize them. And in order to make yourself mastering or experts inside or in this thing, you have to mention the other the other word classes or the other word families. So the noun of the base word, the adjective, the verb, and the adverb. When you list those words, you will find yourself familiar with all of them and you will not make any mistake. So in addition to know which type or which part of a speech should be done here, you have to know exactly what's the noun or the verb or the adjective or the adverb should be put. I have a table. Vary. The noun is variety. Adjective is varied. Verb, vary. There is no adverb. The base word is real. The noun is reality. The adjective is real again. The verb is realize. And the adverb is realistically. The base word or the root word is decide. The noun is decision. The adjective is decisive. The verb is decide. And the adverb is decisively. The base word is accomplish. The noun is accomplishment. The adjective is accomplished. The verb is accomplish. And the adverb is none. Base word is guide. That's the root. The noun guidance. The adjective guiding. The verb guide. And the adverb nothing. Of course, the verb you can add the ing or the s or the es or the ed to the end of them according to the tense of the verb. If it was past tense or present tense, that relates to the tense or the grammar. Phrasal verbs. B. Underline the phrasal verbs in these sentences, then match each one with its meaning below. What's the meaning of a phrasal verb? Phrase, it's 2 words and more. The rich, that's a phrase. Have to, that's a phrase. Reach out, that's a phrase. To the poor, that's a phrase. But according to the content of the phrase, those 2 or 3 words, according to what there is inside them, you have to name the phrase. When you have a noun inside the phrase, it is a phrasal or a noun phrase. When you have a verb, it's a phrasal verb. In another saying, we call it a clause. If we have an adjective, it's an adjective phrase. When we have a preposition, it's a prepositional phrase. When we have an adverb, it's an adverbial phrase. So I'm concerned with the phrasal verbs, which means a verb with a preposition. We have to underline or to identify the phrasal verb, which means a verb with the preposition, like reach out. Like, for example, fit in. Like, for example, got into. Do you see? I try just to search for the verb. Whenever I locate the verb, I will take the preposition next to it. And then we have to put the meaning of it. By the way, whenever you will change the preposition, the whole meaning or the whole phrase will be something else, something different. A phrasal verb, as we said, is a combination of a verb and 1 or more particles, like a preposition or an adverb. When we use together those 2-3 words, we create a meaning which is different from the individual meaning of the verb itself. So the verb got is something and got into is something else. Fit is something, but fit in something else. Reach is something, reach out is something else. It has another meaning and it has another use, if you wish to say. Phrasal verbs are common in English and their meanings can vary widely based on the context, according to the text or the meaning of the text. Exercise B, as we said, we have to underline the phrasal verb and then match or to look out or to look up the meaning of them. You might use the dictionary, okay? You might look up for the meaning. You might read the whole sentence in order to know what's the meaning of them. Now, the rich have to reach out to the poor. The rich have to reach out to the poor. The phrasal verb, of course, reach out. The meaning of it, to support or to help. Number 2. She didn't really fit in with her workmates. In her previous job. The phrasal verb fit in. And the meaning accepted or be liked, for example, by people inside her group. 3. I got into writing when I was a kid and I was or just never stopped loving it. Got into is the phrasal verb, a verb with a preposition. And the meaning, start to become interested in something, engaged with something. Number 4. We've been talking about this project for a while and it's time to follow it through. It's very nice. The phrasal verb follow through, and the meaning of it, start something and finish it. It's time to follow it through. Okay? Follow through. Talk about is not a phrasal verb because it has the same verb, the same meaning of talk. So to talk or to talk about, it has the same meaning, so we don't have a phrasal verb. The phrasal verb should have another or a different meaning when you have a preposition, and you have another meaning when you don't have a preposition. So follow again, follow has a meaning, but follow through, it has another meaning. Follow through, it means to finish, to start something and finish it in a good way. 5, if you run into any trouble, run into, just give me a call. Run alone has a meaning, and run into has another meaning. It's a phrasal verb, which means if you face a problem, if you encounter any difficulty, unexpected event, call me. I will help. Number 6. A big part of my job is keeping up with the latest research in medical technology. Keep is something, and keep up is something else. And here we mention keep up with, to stay updated to something, to stay informed and well known about something. Okay? Keep up the good work. Keep up with something, it means to be up to date. Again, we don't have any rule for these phrasal verbs. You have to memorize them. We don't know why fit comes with in, why keep comes with up, why run comes with into. Okay? That's how it should go. So you have to memorize them. They are arbitrary. We don't have any meaning. Sorry, we don't have any rule for it. You have to memorize, reach out, fit in, get into, follow through, run into, keep up with. I try to extract some phrasal verbs from the text, and I try to give the meaning and give examples out of them. Reach out, it means to offer help and support to someone. Fit in, be acceptable by other people in the group. Get into, start to become interested in something. Follow through, start something and finish it satisfactorily. Run into, encounter problems or difficulties in an unexpected way. Keep up with, stay up to date and informed about something. And here are the examples or the sentences found in the text. Now, some vocabulary, some words we try to take and remember: aspire, guide, burden, opt, and motivate. Can I take these words and try to make word families out of them? Yes, I can, and I made it. It's like an extra just to memorize or to remember them, because who knows, you might be asked about in the exam. The root word is aspire, the noun aspiration, and the adjective aspirational. The verb is aspire, and there is no adverb. Guide is the root word or the base word. Guidance is the noun. Guided is the adjective. Guide is the verb, and there is no adverb. Burden is the root word. Burden, again, it's a noun. Burden someone. Burdensome, sorry, it's the adjective, and the verb is burden. There is no adverb. Apt, that's the root word or the verb or the base word, if we should say, sorry. Apt, and then we have aptitude, that's the noun. Apt is the adjective again, and there is no verb and there is no adverb. Motivate is the base word. Motivation is the noun. Motivated is the adjective. Motivate is the verb. Motivational is an adverb. Demotivate, it's the same, but I tried to add D, and of course we have something different in the adverb. Demotivate, it's the root. Demotivation, the noun. Demotivated, the adjective. Demotivate is the verb, and demotivating, the adverb. Remunerate is the noun. Remuneration. Remunerate is the root. Remuneration is the noun. Remunerative is the adjective. Remunerate again is the verb, and there is no adverb. Be careful to the adverb because sometimes they are tricky. Motivational and demotivating. It can be done like an adverb and a verb as well. Phrasal verbs from the text. I extracted all of them again. Opt for, which means to choose or to decide on something. It comes in the text. Parents may want their children to opt for a career in medicine. Get swayed by, which means to be influenced by something or someone. Example from the text, children may get swayed by peer pressure to choose a popular career. Get swayed by. That's a phrasal verb. Opt for, that's a phrasal verb. Work out, to figure out or to find a solution. Be careful to the text because work out, it means to practice or to exercise your muscles. But here work out, so it means to practice again. You need to work out the best career choice based on your interest. To figure out or to find a solution. Be careful to the contextual meaning or to the text. Number 4, look into, which means to investigate or to examine. Example from the text, parents should look into various, to search, to investigate, to examine various career options for their children. What's the effect? Why we are using those word families and the phrasal verbs? For sure, number 1, we are trying to vary our words. And number 2, we are again trying to use another meaning. The whole idea is to enhance our language and to make our writing more beautiful, more engaging. Word families, when we master the word families, we can express ideas more clearly and appropriately in different contexts. When we say aspiration, we convey, we deliver, we transmit, we send stronger and more formal tone than aspire. Burden, it is heavy, it is serious, it is negative. Phrasal verbs, however, they are common in conversational language, in a chatty language, in semi-formal language, and we can add more informal and idiomatic flavor to the language when we use them. For example, to get swayed by which means follow through. They are more casual and expressive ways to describe being influenced and completing tasks. Now, as we make a homework, as we reached out the end of the text, a suggestion here to make writing, okay? Write a composition of 150 to 200 words about an ideal career you choose. Discuss the factors that have influenced your decisions and explain how they relate to your strengths or interests. Use the vocabulary, including word families and the phrasal verbs you studied or you found in the text, and put the concepts you have learned to enrich your writing. So simply, I'm asking you to use the word families and the phrasal verbs found in the text in your writing. And the writing is a composition, okay, about the ideal career which you want to go for. Before, I wrote about being a teacher. When I wrote a letter to the parents or to my parents, telling them that I want to be a teacher. Today, I want to be a doctor. Ideal career composition. Choosing an ideal career is a highly personal and thoughtful process. For me, my ideal career is in medicine, and to be specific, to be a doctor. This choice has been greatly influenced by a combination of factors such as family guidance, personal aptitude, and societal demands. My parents have always encouraged me to pursue a profession that is both aspirational and rewarding. Not only aspirational, but also rewarding. I also have a deep interest in helping others. Through self-reflection, I have realized that my aptitude for science and my desire to make difference in people's life align perfectly with that field. That's an important word. Paragraph number 2. I finished from the introduction. I said what I want to and I explained why I want this. I can make this as one paragraph and that as another paragraph. You are free. Paragraph number 3. Peer pressure has also played a role in my decision. As many of my friends are pursuing similar paths, which led me to get into, I use the phrasal verb found in the text, the idea of medicine from an early age. However, I have made sure carefully look into various options to ensure that this career is the right fit to me or for me. The remuneration in the medical field is also an important consideration as it offers financial stability and the ability to live comfortably. Ultimately, in the end, to conclude, I believe my motivation and aspirations will drive me to follow through. That's another phrasal verb. And overcome the challenge of becoming a doctor. I am excited to pursue this career and help to improve the life of others. I restate what I said in the beginning, in the introduction. What did I do? I simply use the content. I want to ask myself now if I have done something good. Did I clearly introduce the ideal career? Yes, I said it in the beginning when I said I want to be a doctor. Did you explain the factors influencing career choice like family, aptitude, peer pressure? Yes, I did. The choice influence. I said that one. What about my parents? Did you relate your choice of the career for personal strength and interest or the father or mother? Yes, I wrote that one. Excuse me, I wrote that one. Self-reflection, aptitude, my father and mother, encouragement. Did you mention at least one challenge or consideration like the remuneration and the societal expectation? I talked about all of this in one separated paragraph. How being a doctor is important in the society, and what about the salary or the money from medical field? I'm trying to support my opinion. What about the vocabulary? Did you use at least 5 words from the text? And did you use at least 2 or 3 phrasal verbs from the lesson which we know? And have you used them correctly within the context? I know the meaning of follow through, which means to find a solution, sorry, to go through something and finish it, and to get into the idea, which means to solve something or to know the meaning. I used look into. I used lots of words. Can you see? And I use the word families like influence, aptitude, guidance. Can you see? Remuneration, sorry, aspiration, motivation, and so on. And of course, all of them grammatically and according to the spelling, they are correct. What about the structure? Does your composition have a clear introduction, body, and conclusion? I have a heading, the title. I have introduction. I have body 1 or body 2. I have a conclusion or an ending. And I separated my writing into 4 paragraphs. And in each paragraph, I have 2 to 3 sentences. That's sentence number 1, that's sentence number 2, that's sentence number 3. And I try to vary my sentences. I use one short, one long, one short, one medium, one simple, one compound, one complex, and so on. Can you see? That's the structure of the text or the structure of the sentence. Is the information logically organized? And are you transiting between ideas smoothly and cohesionally? Yes, I am. I try to put the organization of the ideas in a logic way, and I moved from introduction to body to the conclusion because they said, for example, here, the weaknesses, the strengths, and the challenging, and why do you like it, and so on. And in the end, what about the language and the grammar and the word count? Are you following 150 to 200 words, which means to 15, from 15 to 200, from 15 to 20 lines? Those are 3, those are 3, those are 3, 4. I am now in 10 and with 12. And I think we are between 150 to 200. And for the language, I have no grammar mistake. I have a proper verb tenses like using the past and present in the facts. I varied my sentence structure as I told you before, using the simple, the complex and the compound, the short and the medium and the long. And I used a correct subject-verb agreement, and I used a correct articles, and I used a correct form of articles, and I use as well the correct word divertives and the word families, if you wish to say. By finishing this one, I finished today's session. I'd like to thank you so much for having me today. Next session, inshallah, we are going to deal with the homophones or the pronunciation part of the text, and I'm going to prepare a worksheet on the vocabulary part, the word families and the phrasal verb. This is Mr. Abdul Wahab Jamal saluting all of you. Thank you so much for listening and have a nice day.